Hello students, I'm back with another very important concept of economics, that is microeconomics, that is economic problem. Economic problem is because resources are scarce, we've got to make a choice. And later on, just look for this word that I've written, opportunity cost. I'm going to explain that a little. And we have much to explain that later on. So, when we talk about economic problem, what comes to your mind? It's a problem that resources are scarce and every resource has an alternative. So you have to make a trade-off because resources are limited. You have to decide, you have to prioritize, you have to think which would be the best way. So, for example, let's take an example from your daily life. For example, you have 1 hour with you. So in that 1 hour, you're going to go and watch TV or you're going to finish off your homework. So if you've decided to finish off your homework, so that's the choice that you've made. The resource that you had was limited, that is 1 hour. So again, that goes for everything in economics. You have to make a choice. There has to be a trade-off. And that's exactly what opportunity cost is all about, which we will do later. So, we are going to do what are the causes of economic problem. So, there are three basic causes, children. Students, there are three basic causes. So, if you take the root cause of any economic problem, what is that? Scarcity. Scarcity is the root cause of any economic problem. So, because things are scarce, resources are scarce in relation to the demand for it, that is the problem. That is the underlying problem that anybody has to face. So, if we just now look at these causes of economic problems, it is that unlimited wants. Wants are unlimited. And one characteristic of want is that if you do satisfy one want, another crops up. So, and we are never satisfied, never, ever. So, some wants are, of course, everlasting, like food, clothing, etc. And some come up as your income comes up or you go higher up in station. So there is a never-ending rise or cycle of wants. Wants keep on not only growing, they keep changing also according to the fashion trends, etc. The second one is limited resources, and who does not know about it? So now talking about society, every economy, whichever economy you might talk about, the free economy, the be it capitalist, socialist, or the mixed, any economy, any society, there is limited resources. And what are the resources? Land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So all the time we have to make choices. Like for example, in our economy, we have more of labor. So then we have to decide on what sort of technique of production whenever we take up, that our resource, that is labor resource, doesn't go waste. So you have to make the best choice. And every resource has alternative uses. Which means it can be used in any way. If you have a piece of land, if a farmer has a piece of land, he can either grow rice on it or wheat on it or pulses or crops, or he can just sell it and a builder might just come and take it from him and a building comes up. So this is what it is. So alternative uses. So I hope you've understood that what is this economic problem. What are economic problems? Now when we are talking about economic problems, there's something like, because the resources are limited, you have to have a trade-off. There is an opportunity cost im- applied in every resource, every choice that you take. For example, if a farmer chooses to grow wheat instead of rice, so he's growing wheat. He could have grown rice too. So the opportunity cost is the cost of giving up the next best alternative use. So that is it. And now that, let me see how much have you understood. Let me show you the assignment. Assignment number 6, that is economic problem. I hope you can catch it. So if you don't understand my writing, that's why I'm going to read out each question. What do you mean by an economic problem? Question 1. 2 is, what is the root cause of any economic problem? Question 3, list the causes for an economic problem. Any economic problem, you've got to list the causes. And 4th, what do you mean by opportunity cost? So then we come to the answers of assignment number 5. Remember what we did, what is an economy and the types of economies. So these were the questions that I asked you. So let's just take them. First is, define an economy. It is a system that provides a living to its people. So what is living? Living implies earning an income from any economic activity. So that is it. And you know what are economic activities? That means any activity which we perform for a gain or for a monetary exchange. Second is, what is the essence of economic activity? Well, the essence of any economic activity is mutual interdependence. No individual is capable of producing all goods and services to satisfy his wants. And yes, he uses money as a medium of exchange. That means he buys things with money and the producer sells with money. So medium of exchange to satisfy his wants. So for the producer and the consumer, exchange is a very important thing. The next question is, name the economy where there is no government intervention at all. Economic activities are governed through or by price mechanism for profit motive. Answer is, that's market economy or free economy or the capitalist economy. That means all economic activities are governed by the forces of demand and supply, which is known as price mechanism, and it is for profit motive. Question 4 is, what do you mean by a centrally planned economy? So these economies are where economic activities are controlled by the government with a view to bringing about social welfare. So it's like a welfare state. They have to see to it that it's welfare for all. And in this economy, public sector dominates the economic activity. So with that, we come to the next question, the final one. In which type of economy resources are controlled both by the government and by the people? Prices are determined by the market as well, but the government regulates the prices of essential commodities. So there is quite a bit of government intervention, but enough freedom is given to the enterprises. So that is the mixed economy. So with that, we close this. No, before we close this, okay, we close.